Hey everyone. So there is one other thing that I wanted to give a shout out to the team over at Gus Revenberg, Infinity and Nissan. We have Infinity Q60, and all of a sudden it didn't start this week. And because I was out, I have a crazy busy schedule going in helping people. I was very, very focused on the listing I've got coming up in Little River Acres and over in, or the villages of Riverside. Where's that yawn again? Jeez. And my listing on Central, which hopefully I can get sold here today. I'm working on that right now. But when the battery went dead on the Infinity, I reached out to my salesman. I reached out to the service department at first, and they were a little bit taken aback about having to send a wrecker over. So I called over to my sales manager, Chris, and I said to him, I said, hey, there's a problem with Q sitting here in the driveway. He said, Brian, you're only a kilometer away. I said, yeah. And then he said, okay, great, not a problem. Did you call service? I said, yeah, service is fighting me a little bit. They didn't seem to be as empowered to be able to do what I need them to do. And he said, what do you need? And I said, well, I'm helping people. I got all kinds of things I got to do today too, helping two other families. And I got to go do that. And I need that. I need some help from your team because you got a team of people over there. Dispatch the wrecker, whatever it costs. I don't care if it costs me anything. It doesn't matter. Dispatch the wrecker, pick the car up and get it serviced and get it back running again, please. And he said, absolutely yes. I said, and he said, the service manager, how come they're not helping? I said, well, he was kind of a little bit, just slightly pushing back because he wasn't as empowered as the sales manager is. And I said, maybe he's done some things wrong in the past. I don't know. But he wasn't as empowered and he was not as giving of time as I knew that you would be. And he said, yeah, I'll have some conversations with him about that because it should be yes. You bought a premium vehicle from us. You've bought all of your cars from us. You come back in and see us. Of course, yes, Brian. The answer is always yes, within reason. But sending a tow truck over, that's no big deal. We do that all the time. And you're only a kilometer away. So anyway, wanted to give a shout out to the team over at Gus Revenberg Infinity. If you want to hear no from a service department, you can always go to a different dealership. Hint, hint. They're a massive dealership here in town. And they sell BMWs. That's why I don't drive one specifically. But anyways, if you would like to have yeses at your service department and you would like to look at either any of the Gus Revenberg family, I highly recommend their service departments because when you just reach out to them, they take care of those kinds of things. And the other thing I wanted to just touch on as well too, one of the things that we might have made a little bit of a mistake with earlier this year, and I just want to run it by you because it's a learning curve, and that's what this channel is also about as a financial advisor. So we were gifted some money this year, and that person that gifted us some money wanted us to go out and buy a new car. And we said, why don't you go buy a new car? Well, I already have a car and I don't really need a new car. And I said, well, we really don't need a new car either. Well, yeah, I ride in your car though, and I sure would like a new car, but I don't want to buy one for me. Why don't you guys go buy one and I'll just give you some money? Okay, that's fine. But then we weren't expecting that. We had a paid off car out there and we weren't expecting that. So we took the paid off car and the gift and we went out and had a little bit more of a war chest than we otherwise would have for a car. And we went back over to the dealership, Gus Revenberg, and we spent some time over there and we chose a Infinity Q60. The challenge with it is that it's the first model year. So there's a few little things, little squeaks, little rattles, nothing serious at all. It's a great car. But then it's like, do we have the right car? And I think what we might have or should have done with the gift is we should have said, hey, okay, great. Let's go ahead and take the fun car, which is my Fiat 500 Turbo, and trade it in for something like a Volkswagen GTI. And there currently is 3 Volkswagen GTIs on the ground here in the city of Windsor, which is really rare. Doesn't happen. So we went over to Gus Revberg Volkswagen again today or yesterday and sat in the GTIs, and we're like, yeah, maybe we did that wrong. Maybe we should have kept the paid off Murano with 38,000 kilometers on it or whatever, how, like 60, maybe 60,000 kilometers on it. It didn't have any kilometers on it at the end of the day. No miles from if you're watching this in the United States. And maybe we should have done that. We should have taken the gift, traded in Luigi, and then just bought outright a GTI and had that GTI as our fun car paid off, second car, and then just the truck payment to have to make here in the family. Don't know that we were thinking that through correctly, but we can also make some changes with that. We can make some adjustments to that, and we're going to see what is available for us to be able to possibly make some changes. The goal, though, when you're given money is you don't want to lose that money. So now we feel an obligation to be able to take care of that money. We may end up just keeping the car that we have, putting some new tires on it to be able to change its ride because it rides like a truck. Auto manufacturers, many times, they do not think through. They think through all the wonderful engineering things, but then they don't have the common sense to think, hey, we have this amazing car. What tires, what shoes are we going to put on it? And many times manufacturers choose the cheapest tire available from a mass-produced perspective, or there's some issues with their suppliers and they only have specific tires available to be able to meet the demand. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but at the end of the day, for us, maybe the solution is to just keep this car and put some new shoes on it, because shoes make all the difference in the world, and can change the car dramatically. And we may end up doing that. That would probably be the cheapest solution, and one of those solutions where we are not losing any money at all right now, at the very least. Used car prices are changing rapidly, and we're seeing that across the board. If you're buying used cars, they're still super expensive, but if you're trading in used cars, nobody wants them, which is weird, isn't it, technically? We'll see what that's all about as time goes on here. The other thing that I want to point out in this quick video is that if you're a parent watching this video and you have a child who doesn't have very good tires on their car, when they come by to visit, go out, take a look. If they do not have very good tires on their car, we are coming into wintertime. Please, please, please do one thing. Go out and buy a set of Bridgestone Blizzaks or any other great rated winter tire for that child's car. The reason for that is that as a truck driver, I've seen it all the time, especially around high schools. There was always crashes in the snow because they're new drivers. And without good tires, whole carloads of kids have died because they did not have good tires in their cars. And it's exceptionally important, especially in wintertime, wherever you are in North America, whether you're here in Canada or in the United States. Please, 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 if there's one thing that you do, is invest in a great set of winter tires for that child's car. Tires can help save their life. As simple as $800 to $1,000 changes the dynamic entirely on that car. I had a Mustang rear-wheel drive, set up Blizzaks on it, and it was just a beast in the wintertime. And the thing about Bridgestone Blizzaks, just using them as the example, is they're like driving with sticky notes on the pavement, no matter what the pavement is, whether the pavement's wet, the pavement's icy, the pavement's snowy. A Bridgestone Blizzak is super soft, and it just uses the weight of the car to be able to glue itself to that pavement, and it can save lives. So please think about that this holiday season, this winter season, as we get ready for snow to fall. Snow is falling in other places across Canada, so think about that. Think about some Bridgestone Blizzaks or some good, really good, sticky winter tires. There's other manufacturers that make really good, highly rated winter tires, especially for our 16-year-old and 17-year-old and 18-year-old first-time drivers. can make all the difference in the world between life and death. Have a great day. If I can help in any way, that's your financial advice for today. Brian Price, financial advisor, realtor here in the city of Windsor. If I can help in any way, 519-995-6145. Have a great day. Bye-bye.